If you rehearse phone calls like it's a courtroom cross-examination, or you need a nap after a quick chat, you're not broken. You may well be autistic, and you're not alone. In this video, I'll give you 10, I thought everyone did that, autistic traits, explain what's actually going on under the hood, using research where it fits, and give scripts for you and your loved ones, and one simple action you can try today to reduce the daily load. Welcome, my stars of Orion. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Orion Kelly, that autistic guy. I'm all about providing validation and support for autistic people and their loved ones. Autistic quirks are not personality defects. They're your brain trying to create predictability, reduce uncertainty, and protect capacity. And research keeps landing on the same themes: sensory load, uncertainty stress, and the sheer effort of navigating a world built for a different brain. But before we get into the 10 things autistic adults do that others don't, let's bust a few of the biggest myths that get autistic adults judged unfairly and what the research suggests is going on. Myth number 1, you're overthinking it. Reality, a lot of the overthinking is our autistic brain trying to reduce uncertainty so we can feel safe and functional. Now, a 2020 systematic review and meta-analysis in the Journal of Autism by Jenkinson et al. Found a strong link between intolerance of uncertainty and anxiety in autistic people, meaning uncertainty can hit harder and planning, scripting can become a coping strategy. See, your brain is running rehearsals like it's opening night. That isn't you being dramatic. That's your nervous system trying to reduce uncertainty. So when people say, stop overthinking, they're basically telling you to stop doing the thing your autistic brain uses to feel safe in an unpredictable world. And if uncertainty drives anxiety, then scripting and planning is your brain's safety strategy, not a personality flaw. That's not drama, that's regulation. Myth number 2, you're too sensitive, you're just picky. Reality, sensory input can land differently for autistic people. More intense, more constant, and harder to tune out. So the environment can genuinely be overwhelming. This one actually makes me pretty angry because it's not a vibe, okay? It's an autistic brain. A lot of autistic adults don't experience background noise as background. It's foreground. There's research showing autistic people can have genuine difficulty processing speech or sound when there's competing noises. So for example, Mamashley and colleagues looked at auditory processing in background noise and linked it to differences in how the brain is functioning in autistic people. And when it comes to lived experience of sensory overwhelm, a mixed methods study led by McClellan and colleagues, published in the Journal of Autism and Developmental Disorders, describes how complex and impactful sensory differences can be for autistic adults across daily life. So no, you're not overreacting to the room. Your autistic brain is reacting accurately to what it's receiving. If your brain can't filter input the same way, then just ignore it isn't advice. It's a misunderstanding. Your autistic brain is reacting accurately to what it's receiving. Myth number 3, if you cared, you'd just do it. Reality, task initiation and switching can be a genuine point of friction for autistic people. Sometimes your autistic brain isn't refusing, it's stuck. And this myth is brutal because it turns a freeze response into a moral failure. And that's just plain wrong. See, autistic people have been describing something called autistic inertia, difficulty starting, stopping, switching tasks, even when you actually want to do the thing. There's peer-reviewed qualitative work by Buckle and colleagues capturing first-hand autistic accounts of exactly this I can't make my body start experience. If you're frozen in front of a simple task, it's not laziness. It's not a lack of care. It can be a genuine initiation and transition problem. Inertia explains why motivation can be high and movement can still be impossible without the right supports. Now that we've broken down the myths, let's get into the actual signs. And I'm starting with the one that trips people up the most because it looks like overthinking, but it's actually self-protection. Sign number 1 is you rehearse conversations constantly. You're in the shower or the toilet, practicing what to say. You're in bed, replaying a sentence from 2014 like it's a Netflix documentary. That can be your brain doing uncertainty management, trying to map the social terrain before you step into it. And there's solid evidence linking intolerance of uncertainty with anxiety in autism. So, a script for us autistic people. Just give me a second. I'm just organizing my words. I'll answer. I just need a moment. And a support script for loved ones. If you want, I can text the key points first. Less surprise, less stress. And if people ask, why are you so formal? Don't worry. We'll hit that in the translation section. Sign number 2. You need recovery time after small social contact. Okay, so you had a 10-minute conversation. It went fine. And then your body acts like you've just run a marathon. Now, this isn't being dramatic. It can actually be the cost of processing, decoding facial expressions, tracking tone, filtering noise, monitoring your own expression, and sometimes camouflaging, masking, camouflaging, widely described as having short-term social benefits, but longer-term mental health and identity costs. So, a script for us autistic people. I enjoyed seeing you. It was great to catch up, but I need some quiet time now to recover, and that's not about you. And a support script for loved ones. You don't need to push through for me. Let's plan some decompression time after the social stuff. Sign number 3. Background noise isn't background for you. Restaurants, cafes, bars, shopping centres, at home with your kids. You're trying to talk while your brain is also tracking the fridge hum, the cutlery scraping, the table behind you, the lights, the perfume, the bass, the cough, iPads, everything. And there's research showing autistic people often have difficulties with speech in noise perception. And papers have linked autism with difficulty hearing speech in background noise and a heightened awareness of environmental sounds. So a script for us autistics. I can't separate voices in here. Can we step outside or just find a quieter spot? This isn't a rude thing. I'm not trying to be rude. This is just me processing. And a script for support loved ones. Let's choose a quieter place so it's actually enjoyable for you too. Sign number 4. You can be overstimulated even when you're doing nothing. You could be at home, in your safe place, and your body, it's suddenly tense. The light feels sharp. The sound is too much. Your skin's crawling. Autistic adults describe sensory reactivity differences across domains, and it can meaningfully shape well-being and daily participation. So a self-script for us. I'm overloaded. I need some lower input. I need to dim down the sensory stuff here. And can we not talk for a bit? A support script for loved ones. Got it. I can reduce the noise. I can check in later. No pressure to explain. Sign number 5. Starting a task feels like lifting a car. Have you tried that before? You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. Your brain is stuck at initiate. This lines up with autistic inertia. First-person accounts and research describing difficulties initiating, stopping, or switching tasks. A self-script. I'm not avoiding it. I'm just stuck on the start. Could you give me like one simple first step? And a support script for loved ones. Do you want me to help you choose the first step to get started? This is key. Small, manageable steps. Sign number 6. You need time to transition, even to things you like. So someone says, we're leaving in 5 minutes, and you feel yourself starting to actually panic, like a stress response. Not because you hate the plan, but because the gear shift is violent. Autistic inertia research also overlaps with difficulty shaping states and switching tasks. A script for us autistic people. I can go, I just need like a 10-minute warning so my brain can switch gears. And a support script. I'll give you some time markers, okay? 10 minutes before we leave, 5 minutes before we leave, and then let's go. Sign number 7. Your body signals are confusing or delayed. So you don't notice hunger until you're actually shaking. You don't notice stress until you're exploding. You can't tell if you're tired, thirsty, anxious, or just wrong. Now, this can relate to interoception, how we sense internal body states. And there are systematic reviews and meta-analysis examining interoception differences in autism across the lifespan. This is not you being out of touch. It's having a different, wired brain, an autistic brain, experiencing not only the external, but the internal differently. A self-script for us autistics. I'm not sure what I'm feeling yet. I just need a little bit of time to kind of check my body, work out what's going on here. And a support script for loved ones. Would you like some help doing a quick body check? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you hot? Are you tired? Sign number 8. Small tasks can cause big emotional loads. So a phone call, filling out a form, booking an appointment. Your brain doesn't see small. It sees variables, uncertainty, possible scripts, potential misunderstandings, and sensory unpleasantness. And intolerance of uncertainty is a documented driver of anxiety in autistic people. A self-script. I can do it. I just need to break it into some steps here, like one step at a time. And a support script. Would you like me to sit down with you while you make the call? Or I can help you script what you want to say? But sign number 9 hits hard. You assume other people feel the same intensity, but they don't. You think everyone is impacted by noise, by changes, by awkward moments. But they're not, because that's your normal. A big aha for many autistic adults is realizing other people's brains aren't running the same software, aren't experiencing these things like you are. No, it isn't actually a normal thing. It's an autistic thing. And a self-script. My normal is different. I'm not failing. My environment is mismatched. And a support script. I believe you. So let's adjust the environment, not shame your autistic brain. And sign number 10. After masking, you get a hangover. So you hold it together, you perform fine, you people please your way through it. Then you get home and your body collapses. You go quiet. Your brain starts replaying everything you said. Systematic review work has documented both the short-term social benefits and longer-term costs of camouflaging in autistic adults. And it is really quite profound. High-level mental health issues. A self-script. I was masking. I need recovery, not more talking. And support scripts. Thanks for showing up. You can unmask here. No performance required. Just be yourself. But here's the bit people miss. Sensory load and uncertainty don't just make you uncomfortable. They change your communication. Your tone may flatten. Your face may go neutral. Your processing slows. Your words get blunt. That's not rudeness. That's not attitude. That's capacity. So some practical tips. Here's a scenario. You seem rude or blunt. You could say, well, my tone doesn't always match my intent. If I sound flat, I'm usually overloaded, not angry. And a loved one, check the intent, not the tone. Ask, are you upset or just maxed out? Big difference. Another tip, when someone says, why are you avoiding the call? You can say, I'm not avoiding it. I'm just stuck in uncertainty. I need a plan. Loved ones, let's write a 3-line script. Pick a time. I'll sit down with you and we'll do the call together. Another scenario, why do you need quiet time so much? Okay, here's a practical tip. Quiet is how I recover. It's not rejection. It's just my way of finding regulation. Loved one, recovery time is part of the plan. We can build it in together. And now, let's give you a translation dictionary. So, I say, I'm fine. You hear, I'm all good. What I mean is, actually, I'm coping, but I'm right near the edge. The best reply could be, what would make it actually okay? What would make you actually fine? Another one, when I say, can we do it later? You hear, you don't care. You don't want to do it. What I mean is, I just need more capacity first. The best reply would be something like, let's pick a time that feels doable. How can I help you get there? Translation for when I say, I can't talk right now. You think, I'm just being rude, blunt, or difficult. What I mean to say is, my system is overloaded. I literally can't talk right now. The best reply is, okay, got it. Quiet first. We can come back to this later. When I say, what do you mean by that? You're hearing, I'm arguing with you. I'm starting a fight. No, I just need clarity. Ambiguity stresses me out. Your best reply is, so here's what I meant, and I'm going to say it plainly. Now, when I say I need to leave, you suddenly hear, oh, here we go. We're being dramatic again. Dramatic exit, here we go. What I mean is, I could stay, but I'm going to crash, either here or later. The best reply is, you need to go? Okay, let's go. No guilt, let's go. This is great for kids, but also adults. Now, here is a lightning self-check. Just answer yes or no. Do you rehearse conversations before they happen? Do you replay conversations long after they're over? Do noisy places make it hard to hear one person's voice? Do you need recovery time after brief social contact? Do you get stuck starting tasks, even ones you care about? Do transitions like stopping, switching, leaving feel disproportionately hard to you? But Orion, everyone scripts conversations sometimes. Yeah, that's right, sometimes. The difference is intensity, frequency, and cost. If it's daily, exhausting, and tied to uncertainty stress, that's a completely different pattern. Well, maybe I'm just introverted. You could well be. You could also be autistic and introverted. But autistic social fatigue often comes from processing load and sensory management, not just preference or personality trait. Well, isn't this just anxiety? Anxiety can be a part of it. But in autism, anxiety is often closely tied to uncertainty and sensory experience. So addressing environment and predictability can actually help. So let me give you a real life example. Okay, let's say I'm in a cafe. I never would be. And someone I like is talking to me and I want to be present. I'm really trying. But the espresso machine is screaming. You know when you put the milk thing, right? The music is doing that tinny, bassy thing. Someone's chair is scraping along the floor like it's being murdered. And my brain starts prioritizing survival over social skills. So my face goes neutral. My voice goes flat. I start answering in short sentences. And the other person thinks, oh, he's bored. He's not friendly. But what's actually happening is I'm doing Olympic level processing just to stay in this seat in the cafe. That's the thing I wish more people understood. Sometimes flat actually takes a lot of physical and mental effort. Flat is still there, my friends. Hey, if this video hit you right between the eyes, really resonated with you, I'd love for you to share your what's the doesn't everyone do that thing that you've suddenly realized. And if you want more validation and practical tools for autistic adulthood, check out my playlist on autistic traits for adults.